I'll see if anybody shows up here. Hi Pam, welcome. Just getting started, just like in Sao Paulo Santo. See how well it's gonna light. I want some smoke. How are you tonight? Thanks for joining me. Sorry it took so long. And I took my son finally and I decided to wait. It wasn't that much longer by the time had to move everything upstairs. I usually have my stuff downstairs, so this one's sick here. There we go. Hi Lizette, welcome. Let me turn that up. Can you guys hear me okay? Let me know if you can. Hi Niski, welcome. Wait and see if we get a few more people. If we don't, that's okay. We'll get started. For those of you that don't know me, I got crazy hair tonight. Sorry, I got my camera backwards so you guys can see the cards. So I got to remember to move the right way here. I'm Laura Lee Potvin. Welcome. I am a psychic medium. I'm also medical intuitive. I am a crystal Reiki energy healer, spiritual teacher. I'm also a nurse. I have not been doing this for a while because I've been ill with H1N1 influenza virus since New Year's Eve. But I'm getting back in the swing of things here. And as you guys know, I don't always do free readings, but I had this intention to do it for the new year. So we'll make it a late Valentine's Day gift. Hey Jody, welcome. Okay, thank you. So what we're going to do tonight is we're going to do some free one-question readings from Spirit. I have done some readings actually, even while I was sick. I did a romance reading and I called it, people. I called it. I said I could see the two of them getting married, and guess what? I just got an invitation to their wedding. So like I said, all my information here, if you'd like to book a more in-depth, paid, longer reading with myself, all the information is in this post here. And I'm talking about a longer in-depth reading. This is what we're talking about. Use this. You think I hadn't, it's got dust on it. Things like my angel board, which give very specific answers, give you time frames, give you all kinds of things. It's very accurate. Oh, thanks, Jody. I've used it quite a bit actually in private readings, and like I said, I've had a lot of success with it. So things like that, or I also, besides doing more in-depth, usually what I do is a half hour or an hour reading, and you can ask as many questions in that time period. Hi Melissa, welcome. Of Spirit. I used to try and book it like a 1 question, 3 question, and you know what, it's too hard to do it that way, so we go by time. My rates are listed on my business page, the Angel Rock, but just so you know, I charge $80 for half an hour and $150 for an hour, and you will get very accurate information. You can check out my reviews on my page. I also have a new YouTube channel called The Angel Rock with Laura Lee Potvin. Hi Tanya, I think I said hi, but if I didn't, hi Timothy. Excuse me. I've got some teaching up there right now. I've got things like why positivity and gratitude are a choice, how to do a couple techniques I teach. One of them is my grounding and gridding process. The other one is how to create a love shield. I don't believe that we need a shield, for bad things, but right when we surround ourselves with love, that's what we attract. One of the laws of the universe is like attracts like. So keeping your vibration high, that's another thing I talk about. Also, we'll be doing a lot more teaching sessions in the way of chakras, energy, how to open your third eye. And I believe that everybody has that sixth sense, if you will, or psychic abilities. You may not believe it, but think about it. How many times have you yourself said, or somebody around you, I don't know why I know it, I just know it. Or I feel it in my gut, I'm going to trust my gut. That is your sixth sense. And everybody to some degree, depending on what kind of, I don't want to say motivation, dedication that you have to opening these gifts, it's something that everybody can learn. Everybody has different gifts. You love the Kiss shirt. Yes, I saw a Kiss. Oh, yeah, they were conceived by Oliver. No, thank you. I'm crazy cat lady right now. Excuse me. You're going to say good morning. Well, I guess so. I should tell you guys, too. I'm in Canada. I'm in Thunder Bay, northwestern Ontario, which is about 40 minutes away from the U.S.-Minnesota border. Jody's my home girl, Minnesota, or is it Wisconsin? I can't remember, Jody, but we're not that far away once the snow melts. Also, I was on the radio with my show, The Angel Rock. That station has, how do I want to put it, went defunct. He's now just gone up as a smaller station. He restarted it. But the good news is I am with a new radio station. It should have started already. But with being sick, I haven't had the chance to do that yet. But the radio station is called WHM. It is out of Alabama. And I will have a nightly radio show. I thought it was Minnesota, Jody. I will be starting very shortly. Little different nights. It's going to be from Sunday through Thursday. It's an hour show now, right now. It'll still be at 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We're going to have lots of great guests. And for those of you that may not know me, I'm a little bit, I'm kind of a little bit more well-rounded, a little bit. Hi, Colin. Welcome. I have a million cats trying to jump up here. My two love spirits, so they get quite interested in what's going on here. Excuse me. For those of you that don't know, this house that I'm in right here, we have had, I always say I never went looking for the paranormal. The paranormal found me. We were featured on this 4th season of Paranormal Survivor, season 9. We're in the first half of the episode. It's quite a crazy story. Believe me, they interviewed us for 6 hours and we kind of spliced a few things together in the episode. Left a lot out, obviously, because there was so much to put into it. I'm actually writing a few books. One's going to be on the paranormal. Another is I have a son with severe autism. I'm also a nurse and have had some interesting things that have happened. I work very heavily in palliative care. Hi, John. So, anyways, enough about me. Let's get to why we're here. Excuse me. So, you can ask any questions you like. What I do usually is I just sort of go up and down through the feed. There's not that many of us here, so we probably get to everybody's questions. Feel free to ask. Can ask some questions. Like I said, I'm a medium, depending on whether your loved one will come through or not. I can give you messages from them, including pets, as well as past life readings. We've got romance readings. Let's see, spirit animals. I have about 70 different oracle decks that I use. I don't need the decks. I just find it's a lot faster and a lot easier for you guys to see what I'm doing when we're doing readings. Hi, Glenn. Welcome. You're just thinking of me. That's why nobody's talked to me. Like I said, I've been really, really sick. Hopefully my voice holds out. So, actually, absolutely, Lizette, but I should tell you guys, the more specific you are with your questions, the more specific I can be with the answer from Spirit. If you just want a general message from Spirit, please feel free to let me know. I see John's question first. Will you find your true soulmate? Well, John, let's see what Spirit has to say with that. Oracle Queen, yes. Well, like I said, I don't need the cards. I'm something what would be called very clairaudient. I should also say I've had these gifts my whole life, actually. I believe it's on my father's side. From this, as the story goes, my grandmother had quite a few abilities psychically. I believe there's a few relatives on my dad's side. I'm the 3rd generation. I don't know, I have quite a few cousins. I'm the only one that's come out of the spiritual closet, if you will. And my 2 boys actually have quite strong gifts, as well as my partner Del does too. So we're filled with a house full of spirit. So John, what I do is I just shuffle the deck until I hear in my head, for those of you that are new here. And I just stop when I hear stop. So, and I'm thinking of your question as I'm asking. So, give me a sec. I heard stop. So I'm just going to cut the deck. Whoops. There we go. Okay. This is an interesting question. John, we've never met before, so I don't really know you. But what Spirit's saying is, make the effort. Great love is worth taking the steps you're guided to take. Hi, Cole. Welcome. Other thing I'm hearing for you, John, is you've had your heart broken, as we all have. But, excuse me, what Spirit is showing me is almost like a wall around your heart. That it's somebody's like stomped on it numerous times for you, and you're a little bit afraid. you're clairaudient and empathic yourself. Well, then good for you. I'm glad we've got quite a few empaths and psychics here tonight. There's a few people I know. So what I'm hearing is that to put yourself out there, step outside of your comfort zone, possibly going into, you know, something that maybe's always interested you, but you've never tried before, but you've always, you know, thought maybe I might try it, but I've got nobody to go with me. Don't go with anybody. Go by yourself, because that's how you're going to meet somebody, I'm hearing from Spirit. Give me a minute. There was something else that was coming through for you. I lost it in my talking. It'll come. So, excuse me for coughing. That's my cold still coming through here. I know what it was. I don't know how much work you do with your chakras, John. Hi, Nikki. I just want to say hi to also, just Nikki I just missed, sorry. John, the other thing that I want you to know is that Spirit's asking, first of all, really working with meditation, but also really working on your chakras, getting some, sending yourself love, but also really working on that heart chakra. I'm also hearing your root chakra, so that has to do with safety, security, a little bit of grounding, really connecting with that energy. I don't know if you've got a lot of stress going on in your life, or maybe on the computer a lot, electronics a lot, but I'm picking up that root chakra needs some work and that heart chakra needs some work. So there's a lot of great meditations out there. Sorry, my ex destroyed. Yeah, that's, like I said, I don't know anything about you, John, but I could literally start showing me like a wall all around you, and you're afraid to step out of that for good reason. Other things Spirit's sharing with me is take that relationship with your ex, but also any past relationships. Look at it. There's a reason why you guys were connected in the first place. I just got a message on Messenger. Gwen, I can see that you can see my live, so feel free to send it on Messenger. I'll be able to get it on this side. I've got two devices going. Sorry, John. So do some work with that. Also, what they're showing me, and I tell most people this with a romance situation when you've been hurt, take a look at that relationship. Like I said, there's a reason why you fell in love. Take the love from that relationship. Take the lessons that you learned from that relationship, and not so much from a negativity standpoint, but, you know, were you maybe not standing up for your needs? Were you not, you know, vocalizing what you needed? But what was good in that relationship? Put the hurt aside if you can for a little bit, even if you have to make a list on a piece of paper, okay? So, because everything that we go through in this lifetime is meant to teach us lessons. And believe me, I've said many times to myself, why the hell would I ever pick something like that to teach me a lesson? But if we can really look at it, because even once we get some of that healing process over with and done with, that we can look back, there's always something to be learned from that relationship. Something maybe that you can change. Are you always going for the same type of person? Maybe, like I said, I'm really hearing step outside your box. So I really hope that helps, John. Thanks so much for asking the question. Just let me scroll through here. Oh, excuse me, you guys. Oh, I have to show off my new bottle, guys. I got 3 of them. My Logan, my oldest, he stole my other one though. Finally, it's got a crystal, so I can have crystal water. This is a quartz crystal. For any of you that are new to crystals, the beautiful thing about a quartz crystal is that you can program it for anything you like. So you can program it, say if you're just getting into it and you're not really sure about crystals or what you need, you can just even set the intention, please fulfill whatever I need energetically with this quartz crystal, and it will do that for you. I also have a pink quartz and an amethyst too. Sorry, John, I'm going to read your feedback. I never really loved her. I jumped into it. You have 3 kids, and the only good thing out of that, so I got to read the rest of this. It's the only good thing out of it. Well, even if you look at that, and even with the fact that maybe if that's showing you the lesson that the next time you get into a relationship, I suggest this to everybody, and again, take what resonates with you and leave the rest, and that goes for everybody here. Maybe consider, you know, looking at a friendship first, developing a friendship, because once we have that friendship and the honeymoon period is over, because we all have that fantastic honeymoon period when we start a relationship, is the fact that when you're friends to begin with, or you have a friendship already based before you started the relationship, that once, you know, of course we may love them, But like I said, the 7-year itch, if you will, or, 10 years after being together, you may not always get along or whatever it may be, but you still like each other. You still have that friendship. You know what the person likes as a friend. You'll have interests that you like. You'll have interests of your own. She'll have interests of her own, but you'll still always come back together in love. So it's a great way to start a relationship, is to base it on a friendship first, if that's possible. And thanks for the feedback, John. Okay, let me go through here and see what we got. If I'm not connecting, let me know. Our internet is notorious for this, and it just said the internet connection was low. Give me a sec here. Okay, Jody. Feeling very, very disconnected with all my gifts for quite a few months. Don't know what's going on. Could you look into it? Yes, I will, my love. And I know Jody. Jody is very empathic and very psychic herself. Hearing health. Health is an issue. A lot of stress, a lot of worry. Not taking the time, and this goes for everybody here and anybody watching on the replay, is that it's so important to fill our own cup up first before we can give to others. And what I mean by that is self-love. That is one of the hardest things for a lot of people to do, is to love ourselves, to forgive ourselves, to go easy on ourselves. Even when we're talking, and I teach this quite a bit, Jody, and some of you that have been around when I've done some teaching, if you can, set a clock during the day, like maybe 4 times a day, 3 times a day. And, whether you're at work or you're busy around your home or whatever it may be, and when that alarm goes off or that reminder, stop and think about what that thought was that just went by in your mind. I guarantee you will be shocked what was going on in your mind that you weren't even thinking. So many times we're thinking, oh my God, I was so stupid. Oh my God, how could I do that? Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. Like constantly being so hard on ourselves. And that can do a lot of damage after a lot of time. So when you set that clock and say you catch yourself with a negative thought, whether it's about yourself or somebody else, and it's not always going to be that way, but say it is a negative thought, you can change that thought, reword it. One of the hardest things to do is to love other people, especially people that are really, really difficult. And when people are really, really difficult, sometimes it's nice to take a look at, what are they trying to teach me? Because believe me, and I truly believe this, is that when we ask for, say, patience, or we've set that goal, I believe that we're going to get into things on my YouTube channel, things like the Akashic Records and, past lives and things like that. Say, before we incarnate into this lifetime, because I believe we are eternal souls that go on forever. This is just a physical body. That's why mediums, including myself, are able to talk to our loved ones, or is paranormal or anything like that. But say you ask for patience, and before you come down here, believe me, they're not going to put you in with a whole group of Zen monks that are meditating all day long. More than likely, you're going to be surrounded by people that are constantly going to be irking you, pushing you, challenging you, because that's a lesson that you might have set for yourself. I didn't mean to get off a little bit off topic here, Jody, but the point I was getting to, hello, T'Challa, you may say hello. This is my little spirit kitty here, T'Challa. He loves spirit. Are you going to say hello? You're not going to show your beautiful face? Say hello. Really, it's all about self-love, spending that time, making the connection and not doubting it. A lot of times people expect this big wow moment, like we're going to hear this different voice from spirit. And for people that are new here and aren't used to hearing about spirit, we have spirit guides, we have angels around us always. We have a whole spiritual team. That's why I refer to it as spirit. Now, whether you believe in it or not, they believe in you. They're with you always. Unless you give your permission to your team. You don't have to speak it out loud. You can just think, I give you my permission, or ask for it. I'm not, I always consider myself spiritual, but even if you're a follower of the Bible, it says, ask and it shall be given. All you have to do is ask for it. Of course, when we ask for something though, it's not just going to always magically appear. We have to put that work in to also help make it appear. It's the same thing when we set a career goal. Say you head into college or university. Like for myself, I'm a nurse. I went to university. And it's not about me. It's just an example. You got to put that work in, right, to be able to graduate. You got to have that want, that desire. So really connecting that way, Jody, but I'm really hearing that it's so important that you spend some time on yourself nurture yourself, love yourself. I'm hearing forgive yourself, that you're safe, you're taken care of, but that you're really, really hard on yourself and really doubting yourself, and you don't have to, because Spirit is around you. Hi, Michael. So I hope that helps you, sweetheart. Thanks so much for asking. I'm going to ask anybody that's had a reading here, if you would do me a huge favor. I have a business page marked right on this profile. It's the Angel Rock. If you would leave me some feedback, I would be really, really grateful. It helps people know what I do when I do readings like this. So thank you. Okay, let me go through here. I'm going to unpin Jody's comment here so I can go through here. Okay, you know who I am going to get through to quickly, because she can hear but she can't. She says she's not able to post, is Gwen. So Gwen, any message from Spirit is good for you. All right, my love. So what I'm going to do, I don't think you can see her in the chat either, is I'm just going to pull a card for you. Now there was a deck, this one. So that was the one. Like I said, I have 70 decks for any of you that are here new, so I have them all over the place, and I tried to set them up in the way that I would think that I would need them. And I know it's here. Here it is, right on top. So I got my crystal Reiki in case we did some chakra work tonight. Got all my symbols here. So Gwen, this is for you. You just wanted a message from Spirit. For those of you that are new here, if you'd like to ask a question, the more specific you are with your question, the more specific I can be with your answer. So if one of the cards ends up jumping out or kind of popping out, sometimes you end up getting an extra card, and that card means it's meant for you, whoever it is that I'm doing the reading for. So hang on, Gwen. And I'm thinking of her question. It's a message from Spirit. Oh gosh, I'm not going to be able to say this dude's name. Okay, his name is Mahavatar Babaji. And what this is about for you, Gwen, Spirit wants you to know, working on soul expansion. It says your consciousness is expanding. You understand the connections between all things. This is him. I don't know why, but I'm hearing you might want to look into the Merkaba and some sacred geometry. As we know, actually I have that symbol that he's got around his neck tattooed on me. That's the symbol. So that's about peace, love, acceptance, forgiveness of all, including most importantly yourself. Sometimes I check the book, and I will check that for you because I have not met this little gentleman here. He's got quite the mouthful of a name. And just if you're wondering, this deck, I should show you guys this. This is from Kyle Gray's Keepers of the Light deck. Okay, Mahavatar, what do you got to say for Gwen here? Okay. So, like I said, I'll repeat the answer for you, Gwen. Your consciousness is expanding. You understand the connections between all things. And I have to put my glasses on for this. And, of course, this is about soul expansion. It said Mahavatar means great incarnation or avatar. And Babaji means sacred father. Mahavatar Babaji is a deeply respected master yogi who was introduced to the world through the teachings of the Indian yogi. Oh goodness, they're giving me mouthfuls here. Okay, Paramhansa Yogananda. Oh, it wasn't too bad. Babaji, as he's called for short, is said to be over 2,000 years old and able to travel between Earth and other worlds. He is said to have an invisible temple in the Himalayas that can appear to those he wants to connect with. Many believe he is like Christ himself. So not saying he is, he's just very Christ-like. It says bringing deep love, acceptance, forgiveness, insight, and direction. Did I just not mention 3 of those things to you, Gwen? About forgiving, love, acceptance. I said forgiveness as well. There's a little bit of an extended message. Oh, I got lipstick on his page. I won't forget this guy. It says, you may feel that you've retreated from the world recently. Maybe you've not been as active socially or spiritually, but this time of inner rest has really paid off. You're becoming more and more consciously aware of how connected you are to God and all living beings. This sense of union is called yoga. Yoga goes beyond physical ability and into a sense of awareness that's created through spiritual practice, meditation, and devotion to the divine. Mahavatar Babaji, the yogic father, is here to inspire that fire of union within you so that you can understand how your thoughts and actions are creating the waves of energy that form your life. I hope that helps you, Gwen. Also, I do want to remind you guys, if you're hearing a message for somebody else and you think, oh my gosh, that sounds just like me, guess what? That's meant for you as well. That's the way spirit works sometimes. Is I know if I've been in a bigger group, or say we have a huge group here and I'm not able to get to everybody for a reading, what happens is sometimes spirit will put out a message that's meant for more than one person. So if it is, take it for what it's meant to be, that it's meant for you as well. Okay, let me go through here, see what I got so I don't miss anybody. Thanks for joining me tonight, guys. Happy Friday. I hope you're having a great weekend. Hi, Morris. I missed you. I hope you're still here. Okay, let me see. Okay, Timothy, I see your question. What does my future hold? That is a really general question. What does your future hold? I mean, what does your future hold? What do you want to know about? Do you want to know about finances? Do you want to know about romance? Do you want to know about jobs? Do you want to know... Oh, you're welcome, Gwen. Thanks so much for tuning in. What do you want to know about with your future? I mean, your future, I mean, I could be really silly and say it looks bright, or, you know, you need to do a little bit of work here and there, but it would be so much greater if you could tell me exactly what you're wondering. What area of your future are you looking at? Okay, Lizette, I keep trying to lose weight. What can I do to be successful? Also, if you have a general message from Spirit, I feel a bit lost. I feel lost a bit. No, I'm sorry you're feeling that way, Lizette. The first thing when I was reading that is body is hanging on to that weight almost like a shield. You're shielding yourself from whatever. I don't know what's gone on in your childhood, but I'm seeing that may have gone back to a little bit of what's been going on with your childhood. Some of the things that may help with that, and you can certainly Google that, or that's something we can talk about in a more one-on-one paid reading. For those of you just joining, I do longer one-on-one paid readings. I've left the links there, as well as have a YouTube channel. Sorry, Lizette. Excuse me. So part of the things that I'm hearing is some shadow work might really help you, some journaling. It's not really anger I'm picking up on, but a lot of sadness, a lot of hurt. And then, you know, you've been putting in all this effort to try and lose weight. It's almost like your body's hanging onto it like a magnet. Also just heard more water, and I'm guilty of that myself, as I should have a drink of water. This takes a lot of energy to do this, so hang on, guys. And what they're really showing me is no deprivation. So I don't know what program would work for you. Not, even though I'm a nurse, I don't diagnose, and a medical intuitive, but something that allows you to have whatever you want or you need. It's all a little bit about proportion, a little bit about, but no deprivation. That's what I keep hearing. Don't deprive yourself. And then if you really, really, really are craving something, go for it. No guilt, no anger, move on, because the more we try to resist, it persists. And that doesn't matter what it is in life, it's the truth. So really loving yourself, working on that inner work. That may be why you're feeling a little bit lost too, because I'm feeling like you're going through a real shift right now. You're really trying to make some changes, really feeling defeated because all your hard work doesn't seem to be paying off in the direction that you were hoping it did. But this is really about you. This is about you loving yourself, forgiving yourself. If you need some help, I don't know why I'm hearing Archangel Ariel. You might want to have a little conversation with her. I don't know if you meditate, doing some meditation. There's some beautiful meditations that are free on YouTube. Also hearing some binaural beats may really help you. You can plug those in really quietly while you're sleeping, and they do a lot of work for you while you're sleeping too.